My champion is black. That means a lot to me and a lot of other people. Now we can play the intro. Everybody, I'm Haven and welcome back. Today's video is going to be my WWE WrestleMania 35 review video. But before I get started, I just want to say, if you are not already, I do not know what you're waiting for. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button with a trouble in paradise. Hop on the spaceship, become a alien, and let's get into this video. So the kickoff show started off with the Cruiserweight title. It was Buddy Murphy, who is your champion, versus Tony Nese. This match was pretty good. Like I say all the time, Cruiserweights always deliver. There was a nice reverse hurricanrana. Ultimately, Tony Nese won. He's your new Cruiserweight champion. I should have stuck with him because I did choose him first in my predictions and then I changed it to Buddy Murphy. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. Let's move on. Okay, so then we have the Women's Battle Royal. Naomi was the first one eliminated. I want to say it's because she was talking a lot of stuff on Twitter, but maybe that's not the reason. Who knows? We will never know. The match, I think, was put together pretty well. There was a point where Dana Brooke was looking really good. She was eliminating people. She was beating the hell out of people. The crowd was behind her. She didn't win, though. Sarah Logan thought that she won, then realized Carmella did not get eliminated. Carmella kicked her, and she won. And that was my pick, so let's score one for me. Carmella's in a position where she's not hot enough to the point where like she's in main events and she's always a part of storylines or whatever, but she's on TV and people are still behind her. That's why I think it made sense for her to win. So now let's move on to Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the Revival for the Raw Tag titles. Not mad at this match at all. There was a brainbuster on the outside. I like it. Do more stuff like that. And also Kurt Hawkins got the, I believe it was a small package pin, and they are your new Raw champions. Listen, that's a WrestleMania moment. Kurt Hawkins has been losing forever since he came back, and he got the pin, he got the win. What better way to do this than at WrestleMania, the biggest stage of them all? It would have been a little bit more to me had they been building up to this, but a win is a win, a moment is a moment. And for the last match on the pre-show, we had the Men's Battle Royal. Braun Strowman came out, immediately ripped his shirt off. He let them titties hang out. He came through, he eliminated a lot of people. I did not like how when he kicked Luke Harper was holding Mustafa Ali as if he was gonna suplex him to the outside. So when he got kicked, they both fell and they both got eliminated, but it looked like it could have been really, really bad. I don't know, maybe it's just because Mustafa is like one of my babies, but I was like, no, that could have went really bad. Boo to you, Bummin. Boo to you. And then he had this stupid spot with like these celebrity guys that was there. I don't know, I just did not care for this Battle Royal at all. Did not care for Braun winning at all. What was the point? There was none. They just needed something for him to do. So we can move on to the main show. So we get into the main show. This is WrestleMania 35. We opened up with Paul Heyman saying if they're not going to be the main event, Brock is going to get this shit over with right now. So Brock comes out, Seth comes out, and Brock beats his ass before the bell rings all around the ring. And I'm just like, this is what we're gonna do? This is how we're doing this? But when the match starts, yeah, suplex here, suplex there. He went for an F5, Seth got out of it. The ref got knocked out the ring, caught Brock with a low blow. And from that moment on, it was stomp here, stomp there, stomp everywhere. And Seth got the 1, 2, 3. Seth is your new Universal Champion. I think we all jumped for joy at this moment because so tired of Brock being a champion. He's barely ever there. What was the point? So now we have a real champion who's going to be there every Monday, who's going to defend it as often as he needs to. And I like it, and I'm happy, and I can't wait to see who his first challenger is. Spoiler alert, it's going to be Roman. So next up, we had Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. This match was pretty good. I kind of thought it would go a little bit longer than it did. Not mad at it though. It was a bunch of phenomenal forearms, a beautiful 450 splash. You know, we had to see a RKO and a little bit of vintage Randy Orton with the power slam and the superplex. But ultimately, AJ Styles won because it was only right. So now we move on to the SmackDown tag match. We had Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Usos, who are your champions, versus Nakamura and Rusev versus The Bar. This match really fast paced. It was a lot going on. Ricochet and Aleister Black were on fire, as they have been since they came to the main roster, and now they're officially here. But Sheamus got caught with a double super kick by the Usos and a splash, and yeah, Usos retained, and I'm definitely not mad at that at all. Even though I did say that the Ricochet and Aleister Black would take it, so I was wrong. And I was right about AJ winning, so give me that. And I was right about Seth winning, so give me that. So now this brings us to the Miz and Shane McMahon. This is a Falls Count Anywhere. This match I absolutely loved. I didn't know what they was gonna do. I didn't know what to expect because Shane is the crazy one. Miz is a lot more safe. But this match was good. First of all, Shane hit the Miz with a monitor in the head, and I'm like, I haven't seen anyone get hit in the head with anything in a really long time on wrestling. Is this a sign of what's to come? I might like this. Shane also beat the hell out of Miz's dad. I'm like, come on, this is not necessary. But it definitely got him a lot of heat. So then they ended up fighting into the crowd because now Miz is mad. And Miz ran and jumped onto Shane. They both fell into the crowd. Now they're fighting through the crowd. Listen, Miz went wild. He hit Shane with I think it was a monitor, and he flipped over some balcony. He put Shane through a table. He had chairs. He smashed Shane's leg. He also hit Shane with a skull crushing finale on a platform, and then he hit him with a superplex off this, you know, tower thingy through some stuff, through the stage, I guess. But guess what? Miz was robbed because the way they landed, Shane was actually on top of Miz, and Shane won. So now we have the women's tag titles. Sasha and Bayley are your champions versus Nia and Tamina versus the Iconics versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. This match, pretty solid. I feel like Tamina and Nia Jax was barely in this match though. I don't really know what happened. I just don't remember really seeing them. We had a nice frog splash by Sasha Banks. We had Natalya do a double sharpshooter on Sasha and Bayley. And Beth almost got the win. She hit Bayley with the glam slam from the top rope. But the Iconics came through, threw her out the ring, stole the pin. They're your new champions. I'm not really mad at it. I figured, hey, they can give it to them because they've been a tag team forever, since before they came here, and best friends. Why not let them have this moment? And it was nice. They cried. It was very beautiful. I'm not a big fan, but I can appreciate a moment. So now we come to Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan for the SmackDown title. This match, first I went into it and I'm sitting there and I'm relaxed. I'm like, I'm not gonna have any expectations, even though I had all the expectations. This match was really freaking good. Let me tell you, Kofi did his trust fall. Also, Kofi jumped off and actually Daniel Bryan moved, so he hit his face on the commentator's table. This match though, me talking about it's not gonna do it any justice. I felt like just the whole story they told was amazing. Kofi pulled out all the moves. New Day was out there and Roman, they ended up getting into it. They had to handle Roman's ass because he was getting too crazy. And at the end of the day, Kofi won. He hit Trouble in Paradise, and he is your new SmackDown World Champion. It's like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. It's so freaking beautiful. It is a moment that I don't think anyone would ever forget. This means a lot to me and a lot of other people that I know. I know it meant a lot to the New Day and Kofi. I saw a video of Crime Time and MVP watching, and they hugged and they had this moment together too. I think this was really felt around the wrestling world. Like, it was definitely an amazing moment, and it was definitely my favorite moment of the night. This was the match I was looking forward to the most. So yes, Kofi is your champion finally. 11 years. I hope he holds on to it until at least SummerSlam, because an 11-year wait, he deserves a year-long reign. Will they give it to him? Who the hell knows, because I didn't even think he would be here. So they've been surprising us, and I hope they continue to do so in a good way though. So then we move on to Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe for the US title. This match was really quick. I feel like they only did maybe 3 moves and Mysterio got choked out. I was told that Mysterio has an injury, so it made a lot of sense. They didn't want to cancel the match, so yeah, Joe retained. So let's move on to Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. People were worried about this match. It was solid. It wasn't the most entertaining, but it wasn't boring. I don't think there was any match on this card that was actually boring to me, just my opinion. It delivered. We had a decent match. It wasn't that long at all. And after Drew slapped Roman, because he was beating Roman's ass, let's not get it twisted, he definitely was. But after he slapped Roman, something switched in him and it was over for Drew. Roman won with the spear. of course he won. He was not losing his WrestleMania match. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so I forgot to mention when Elias came out, he was interrupted and John Cena came out as the Doctor of Thugonomics. He rapped. It was pretty cool, pretty classic and old school. Hit him with an AA, and that was that. Now let's get back into it. So now we come to Triple H versus Batista. Triple H's career is on the line. This is Falls Count Anywhere. Batista fell when getting into the ring though. That shit had me weak, but it's okay. Maybe he was nervous. Maybe he got weak legs. I don't know. But the match, as uninterested as I was in this match, I really freaking enjoyed it. It was not a lot of wrestling, but it was entertaining as hell. Listen, Triple H beat this man with a chain. He pulled out his nose ring. He squished his fingers with some tools that he had in a toolbox. He backdropped him on a table, didn't break. So Triple H ran and speared and they fell through the table. It was so much going on. He actually powerbombed Batista onto the steel steps after they brought it in the ring. But don't get me wrong, Batista had some offense. Not a lot, but he did the Batista bomb, he did the spine buster. But I feel like this was Triple H's showing, like, I'ma beat that ass. And then Ric Flair came out of nowhere, handed Triple H his sledgehammer because Batista had the one that Triple H brought out. And he ran, jumped, hit Batista with the sledgehammer, hit him with the pedigree. 1, 2, 3. Triple H wins. Triple H is still wrestling. This was Batista's farewell match, and I think he did really good for not have been in a ring for so long. And he looked great. He was in great shape, you know, like, I like it. Much respect to Batista. So next up we move to Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. This is Kurt Angle's retirement match. And this match was doodle 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 doodle. This match was doodle. It was trash. I did not like it. I did not like the ending. Why did Baron Corbin win? Why? It made no sense for Baron Corbin to beat Kurt Angle. Nobody cared about this match because Baron Corbin was his opponent. He deserves so much better than this. I cannot believe. But I guess from a nice standpoint, he put Corbin over in his last match. You know, bravo. What a respectable guy. But as a fan, nobody wants to see Corbin beat Kurt. You know who Kurt Angle is? You know what? Let me not go on this rant. Let's move on. So now we have Finn Balor, aka The Demon, versus Bobby Lashley for Lashley's IC title. Now let me tell you, Finn Balor came out all in his demon gear. And when he comes out in his demon gear, the tongue is just wagging and swaying. And I'm sitting there like, tell me more. It's something about Finn when he puts on that paint. It's like he transforms. I am not mad at it at all. I actually love it. Yes, I do. I miss a lava. Hey, I messed up. Anyway, we're not talking about that. So yeah, this match was pretty good. What I did not like though, but I also liked it, was when Finn was on the outside on the apron and Bobby Lashley just ran, speared him, and they both fell off the apron. I was just so scared for both of these guys because I actually like both of these guys. But at the end of the day, you know what happened? Coup de grace. Finn is your champion once again. Now he's a 2-time IC champion. His tongue came out once again when he went to the top rope with that belt. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on. So now we move on to the main event. First ever women's main eventing WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Ronda. Ronda's your Raw champion. Charlotte's your SmackDown champion. Becky's the man. Becky's the fan favorite. Charlotte came out in a helicopter and she looked fantastic. She had like this bluish purple gear going on. I loved it so freaking much. She looked great. The match got started. Becky hit her with a Bexplex off the top rope. This was pretty good. Ronda did a nice crossbody onto both of them. And I like Ronda for this because she does try new things and she's not scared to like go to the top. There was a point where Becky kicked Ronda, who had Charlotte kind of like in an arm bar or something, on the ropes. And when she kicked Ronda, who was already upside down, she just fell out the ring, hit the apron, and I was like, oh, because it could have went bad. I just be so nervous for these people. Like, yo, it's so many things that can go wrong, so I was just super nervous. But, you know, she handled it like a champ. Pun intended. Charlotte and Becky looked really great out there. Like, they was giving us a really fantastic match. Ronda took a huge beating, I will say that. Charlotte hit them both with a double spear. It was really cool. But the match ended when Ronda went for Piper's Pit and Becky used her momentum and hit her kind of with like a backslide pin. And she got the 1, 2, 3. Becky is your women's champion on Raw and on SmackDown. She took all because she was the winner and it was a winner take all match. Bro, let me tell you, the crowd was with it. I cannot believe that they gave us all the winners that we wanted, maybe except for 1 or 2. I thoroughly enjoyed WrestleMania 35 top to bottom, because I know they're never going to give us a perfect show, because each one of us might want something different. But I feel like as far as the main winners, Kofi, Seth, Becky, Usos retaining, these matches I think were well put together. They was well paced, they were entertaining as hell, they told the stories correctly. I can't be mad at it. It's really nothing I can be mad about. Like, I'm not gonna be petty and pick at everything. I'm not gonna be a Debbie Downer and a negative Nancy and be like, oh, but this happened and oh my god, I can't believe this. Relax. No show is ever gonna be perfect, because we want very specific things. But as far as this pay-per-view goes, I think they did a really damn good job. I think they got it close to perfect as possible. I've seen a lot of people praising this pay-per-view, and I'm like, wow, finally, I'm not a bunch of like doodle heads out here complaining about every single thing. Anyway, everybody, that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down below your deep, in-depth thoughts about WrestleMania 35. The winners, did you like them? Is that who you chose? Did you hate them? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? What would you have changed? Let me know down below. Let's discuss, because as soon as this video goes up, I'm waiting for the comments so we can have great conversations, okay? Also, don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.